Hey guys, David here, and welcome to Digital Outlook. Guys, I sure hope you've been having an amazing day today thus far. And I know this podcast is getting out a little bit later than what they normally do, and that's because, guys, today is the last night that Judy and I are here down in the Bahamas. And boy, did we ever have an amazing time. And boy, it was so fun getting out there and sharing all what's going on with this XRP ecosystem right here from this venue. Boy, I'll tell you, amazing. Now, guys, some big time news has come out for XRP today. And in fact, Charles Gasparino has put out an article out there where the SEC in their negotiations for XRP might actually deem XRP to be treated more like a commodity and send it over to the CFTC. Can you just imagine that? I mean, what a turnaround for all this time that they have been absolutely demanding and declaring that XRP is a security. Here it's going to come out and they're going to call it a commodity. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. And on top of that, of course, we know Eleanor Terra's been out there saying, hey, they have been in the process of these negotiations for settlement. And the thing is this, is the holdback has been Ripple because they're trying to hammer out a better deal. Now, I'm going to drop the article for this right down there in the description of this video. But something else that has come out with respect to the SEC and, you know, XRP, Ripple and all that, is that there is some rumors flying that XRP, that the SEC on their website has this proposal to utilize XRP as a strategic reserve to underpin the US dollar. I mean, that right there is absolutely insane, but it's being plastered all over X. Now, I hope that there is some substance to this, guys, because if there is, it is going to send our bags to the absolute moon. You know it, if that is actually the facts, Jack. But needless to say, and there's been other folks came out there. I think it was the one of the guys from Bitwise had come out and said that he's already heard that the case is already settled, and so he's expecting some sort of public release of that no later than April the 16th and stuff like that. I mean, this is really getting heated up there, guys, and we know that once that gets all settled, you're going to watch these XRP ETFs be approved, and it'll be like dominoes, bang. All 17 of them, as my estimation, probably going to get it. And of course, do you think that the BlackRock and all these other guys are going to be left out of the mix when that happens? Not in your life. Franklin Templeton just went in and did it, of course, and that's where I believe we are going to see some major appreciation, and it's happening so fast. Look at these split. I mean, look at how XRP has held up so well, even just today. Still up over, I think, $2.20 some cents, and I think it hit as high as $2.30 some cents, and that is a truly phenomenal price for these folks that get out there and try to, you know, say, oh, how XRP is not moving, the price isn't moving. Guys, it's the same old song and dance that we heard when XRP was 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents. Now that it's $2.20 some cents, they're singing the same old tune, and to me, it's just absolute insanity. I mean, you can see the handwriting on the proverbial wall where we've seen so much level of appreciation and all of that kind of stuff, hundreds upon hundreds of percent, and really in terms of percentage-wise in strength, holding up more than practically most of these other altcoins, that is for sure. And get this, guys, since 2013, and I mean the entirety of this digital asset space, only 2 assets have ever held in this top 10 and never once moved out of it, and that's XRP and Bitcoin. Now, you have to give the credit where credit's due. I mean, consider the fact, how many ecosystems could handle such pressure like what XRP and Ripple has held with this whole lawsuit and stuff like that? I mean, $200 million, that would bankrupt most companies, but that's what they paid in defending this action. And look at what happened to Library. I mean, Library got literally snuffed out. I suspect that, you know, Library would have survived if it was under this current administration, which causes me to wonder whether or not those guys from Library are going to make some sort of application, you know, before the court and before the administration with respect to what happened in their situation. This is a big time deal of where we are right now, and do not, for the love of thunder, discount it, because I'll tell you what, guys, it could be one of your greatest regrets is to actually listen to all these fuzzers. And by the way, I want to throw this out there. One guy comes on there and says, oh yeah, well, David kind of picks and chooses. And no, I don't. I'll tell you what, I have no problem with people that disagree. offering an opinion is one thing, but the other thing that I see a lot of guys doing out there, they're throwing stuff down there to rob and steal other people's hope. It has nothing to do with offering an alternative point of view. Nope, it's all just fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and on and on and on. And I'll tell you, after you've heard so much of that, it just gets ad nauseum. You can't stand it anymore, and you're just going to clean it all out of there. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I am not going to sit back there and let other people use my avatar and pretend to be me. Oh, text me at this WhatsApp and all this. That is just utter hogwash. That isn't me. And then all these guys that are throwing just FUD down there. Oh, it's going to zero. Oh, it's doing this. Oh, it's doing that. The same old FUD that we have heard for year after year after year, and none of it has ever come to pass. Guys, don't listen to the noise. Don't let them cheat you out of your dreams because they gave up on their own. And in fact, in a lot of cases, a lot of these folks are paid to say this kind of nonsense and stuff like that. And that's where you have got to get out there and really understand it for yourself. And I tell you that practically every single video that I do. And that's because that's what Judy and I did. And man alive, did it ever change our world. I'll tell you what, we were sitting out there tonight having a meal right by the beach, and it was, one of the last ones that we're having here, kind of thing like that. And we were talking, and I remember the days, guys, when we couldn't even buy a hamburger without using a coupon to do it. And it's not because we didn't have good jobs or anything like that. It's just that we were so tight on our budget that we could not. If we were having a bacon and tomato sandwich, guys, we bought the tomato, one tomato at a time. And I remember those days. And so for people that come out and say, oh, it's never done anything, I've been in it for 8 years and on, it's just utter hooey. They're talking about being in it for 8 years. So back in 2017, they could have picked it up at 0.006, washed it by 2018, go to $3.84. A $6,000 investment would have netted them $3.84 million, and they didn't see any moves at all. What a load of poppycock. And beyond that, hey, let's say they didn't know what they held, and they literally rode it all the way up, and it crashed all the way back down. Well, then they had another shot at it in 2020 to 2021 when it went from 17.48 cents to $1.97. That right there, guys, talk about a 1,200% move. And of course, look what we've experienced recently when it was like, 50 cents, and now we're over $2, $2.50. I mean, that's almost 400 or 500%. Truly phenomenal. But this is the kind of nonsense you get, and the FUD that comes through and all this kind of stuff. Guys, you can't listen to the noise. You got to get out there, truly researching it for yourself, and let your own, that's where I say it. Let your own kind of conviction on the inside lead and guide where you're going. But I'll tell you this, don't sit back and think, oh, well, I'll just do such and such when it gets to thus and such. You won't, guys. You won't. It will happen so fast, it's going to blow people's ever-loving minds, and you're not going to be able to digest it. I know that from being there and having made those same mistakes myself. And so this is where I get out there, and I really encourage people, get your strategic plan in place, and we do it with our coaching. Next week, we're going to be right back at it doing the coaching. And if you want to participate in that, you just go to thedigital.outlook.com and you look up my calendar, and you can get yourself on the calendar, guys. And I'll tell you what, it'd be one of the best investments you ever made, investing in yourself and getting yourself ready for it. So I'll tell you what, guys, until later on, tomorrow when we wake up and we're going to be getting out of here, catching our plane back to the States, I sure hope you're having a fabulous one. Can't wait for that coffee chat. And until then, guys, have an absolutely amazing one, and take care.